Chris 2-1 today for a local derby after a really good first half. How do you feel after obviously what's happened today?
Where do we start? Let's start with the officials then. Well, I think the level of affiliating at an all-time low. He's basically got a young man sent off today. He's clearly got hold of him, trying to spin him. He stepped off on him and he just fell back, and he's deemed that as a penalty. The linesman on this side says it's not a penalty. He doesn't go over and consult him, and the young man then is unfortunately going to miss a number of games off the back of that. I thought throughout the game, his decision making, lads were going down with head injuries, and basically then he was giving the ball back to the opposition when he wouldn't had the ball, which I found bizarre. And then the corner which he scored from, young Matty was at least a foot inside the line. The linesman said so, but again he didn't consult him. He said it was a corner, and the linesman said he was nowhere near over the line when he cleared the ball. So he's basically given 2 goals, and his overall performance is not at the level that we expect, to be honest. But bizarre refereeing display, and he contributed massively to the result today.
Felt like he spoilt the game, really.
Well, he did more than spoil it, to be honest. I think both lads that have been sent off just ridiculous. The first half looking for the 5 and ours in the first half weren't yellow cards really. So again, just bizarre decisions, and 2 lads have been sent off, penalty in the game. Overall I can't see more than what the lads give me, even with 10 men. Did not create anything. Thought we had the right goal, tried to force something and get something out of the game. Really pleased at half time. Thought not happy with how we controlled the ball in the transition to create more opportunities, but we had to defend a lot of set pieces, which I felt we did okay. Greg's not having a make save to make, to be honest. 1 long range effort and a couple of catches that I expect him to come forward and deal with. But outside of that, we come away from home. It's a tough one to take, to be honest. And not just because of the run that we're on, Simon. It's a tough one to take because the lads deserve more out of the game.
What can you say really after Tuesday? 1-0 up at half time today, 1-0 up at half time, and just at a moment straight after second half in both games, and they end up losing the game through today. Obviously, a refereeing decision, and you could tell Scott's first half. He had a really good first half, and he was destroyed.
The build up to the penalty, we could have done better with. And I've already told them that pass into the forward shouldn't have happened. We still had players not in position to deal with the phase that led up to that. So, that's our own fault regarding our shape. And that pass shouldn't be in. The midfielder should be able to cut that out. Too easy to get the ball in. People may debate about it all day long and have their opinions whether it was or it wasn't a penalty, but it wasn't. So, but ultimately that pass shouldn't have happened. We gave them a lifeline in the game, which they weren't in, and then ultimately we then given the decision regarding the corner when the young one's not even stepped off the pitch to clear it. It's bizarre. So tough one to take, but we had a lot of desire, a lot of character today, and at times some good play, some good moments, but ultimately we've lost the game.
It's never nice to lose. Have you seen enough from the last 2 games to know that we can play and we can get chances?
We've had a change of system in the last 3 or 4 games. Created a lot more chances in the last 4 or 5 games than we did early season. But ultimately we've conceded 2 today. 1 from a set piece. That's the first time in a long time. From a corner, but again, communication between us getting the right players picking up. But I asked information to be passed on that hasn't been passed on, and we've been punished off the back of that. But no, the lads had a right goal, even with 10 men, you know, and yeah, it is a tough one to take, but you know, that's where we are at the moment. We've got to dust ourselves down. We've got a game in another 3 days, and as I say, we need the heart and spirit we've shown today, some better quality, as and when, you know, we're playing on the transition. I thought defending in the main was decent today. We haven't made any individual mistakes like what's been happening collectively with the new lads that came in. I thought they had they all had a good debut. One scored, one assisted. You know, it's a shame we've got to take the young man off the back of the referee's result, the penalty, to change things and try and leave some more attacking players on. So, you know, I felt for the young man making his debut, but it's a difficult one.
And so you've sort of brought some new blood into the squad with a couple of loanees and also Nathan as well. What sort of been thinking behind that?
Well, I just thought a couple of fresh faces with a different mindset, not coming in and having been low on confidence like some of the lads are off the back of the result. I thought that would freshen up the dressing room. Thought it did. It was fine before kick-off, bouncing at half-time. We were really looking forward to get out and finishing the job off, but we haven't done. So we have to look at things, review it, especially the phase leading up to the penalty and how the passes got in there so easy. We know that. I've just talked them through it, but they need to see that when I show them the game. But yeah, small margins, many key moments from the referee has cost us the result, to be honest.
A good number of fans here as well today. Obviously stuck the team throughout the game.
Yeah, I thought they've been fantastic. They've been, you know, home and away, even with the run that we're on. You know, they've been singing away and trying to motivate the players and keep them going, keep their heads up. And you know, and they've seen, you know, they give us a standing ovation at the end, and rightly so, because they saw us have a real go today. But it wasn't to be.